Captain Kim Tae-woo stood on the bridge of the Iron Phoenix, watching the stars through the main window. The ship was huge, longer than 3 football fields put together. 2,000 people lived and worked inside its metal walls. Kim had been their captain for 5 years now, and he knew every corner of his ship. The bridge was quiet. Only the soft hum of computers and the gentle beeps of machines broke the silence. Kim liked these peaceful moments. In space, peace was hard to find. "Captain," called Park So-min from her station. She was the ship's chief technical officer, the person who made sure all the computers and machines worked perfectly. Her fingers moved quickly over the glowing buttons on her control panel. "We're getting something strange." Kim walked over to her station. Park So-min was 32 years old, much younger than Kim, but she was the smartest person he knew when it came to technology. Her black hair was tied back in a neat ponytail, and her dark eyes stared at the screen with worry. "What kind of strange?" Kim asked. "A distress signal," Park So-min said. "But it's not like any normal distress signal." "This one is screaming," Kim frowned. In his 25 years in space, he had heard many distress calls. Some were calm, some were scared, but none had ever been described as screaming. "Put it on the main speakers," Kim ordered. The bridge filled with sound. It was not just one voice, but many voices all talking at once. Some were crying, some were shouting, and some were just making noise like scared animals. Behind all the human voices, there were other sounds, explosions, metal breaking, and something else that made Kim's skin feel cold. "Turn it off," Kim said after 30 seconds. The bridge became quiet again, but the terrible sound still echoed in everyone's minds. "Where is this coming from?" Kim asked. Park So-min checked her computers. "The Valen colony worlds. 3 planets about 2 days away at full speed." Kim knew about Valen. It was a peaceful place where humans had built cities and farms. About 500,000 people lived there. They had their own defense ships, but nothing big or powerful. "Are we the closest ship?" Kim asked. "Yes, Captain," Park So-min answered. "The next closest human ship is a week away." Suddenly, another voice came through the speakers. This one was clearer, calmer, but Kim could hear fear underneath the professional tone. "This is Admiral Lee Jin-ho from Valen Defense Command. Any human ship receiving this message, please respond. We are under attack by unknown alien forces. Our defense fleet has been destroyed. Repeat, our defense fleet has been destroyed. We need immediate help." The message ended and the bridge was quiet again. Kim felt his heart beating faster. Admiral Lee Jin-ho was a good man and a smart military leader. If he said the defense fleet was destroyed, then something very bad was happening at Valen. "Captain," said another voice. Kim turned to see Lieutenant Commander Choi Dong-min, his tactical officer. Choi was 28 years old and had learned everything about fighting in space. "I'm reading massive energy signatures near Valen. Whatever attacked them, they're using weapons we've never seen before." Kim walked back to his captain's chair and sat down. He needed to think. The Iron Phoenix was a battleship, designed to fight other ships and protect human colonies. But it was just one ship. If an alien force had destroyed the entire Valen defense fleet, how could one ship make a difference? "Captain," Park So-min said again, "I'm getting a quantum communication request from Fleet Command." "Put it through," Kim said. The main screen flickered, and Admiral Lee Jin-ho appeared. But this was a different Admiral Lee than Kim remembered. This man looked older, tired, and scared. His uniform was torn, and there was smoke behind him. "Kim Tae-woo," Admiral Lee said. "Thank the stars you're out there." "Admiral, what's your situation?" Kim asked. "Bad," Admiral Lee replied. "We've been fighting for 6 hours. The aliens showed up with 50 ships, maybe more. Their technology is far ahead of ours. Our weapons can barely scratch their shields, but their weapons cut through our ships like paper." Kim felt cold. 50 alien ships against 1 human battleship. The numbers were not good. "Admiral, what do these aliens look like? What do they want?" Kim asked. "We don't know what they look like," Admiral Lee said. "They haven't tried to talk to us. They just started shooting. As for what they want..." Admiral Lee paused, and Kim could see pain in his eyes. "They're taking prisoners, Kim. Live humans. They're loading them onto their ships." Kim's hands tightened on the arms of his chair. In all his years in space, he had never heard of aliens taking human prisoners. Pirates sometimes did that, but they wanted money. What did aliens want with humans? "Admiral, I need you to listen carefully," Kim said. "I'm going to come help you, but Fleet Command needs to send more ships." Admiral Lee shook his head. Fleet Command says to wait. They want you to wait for reinforcements. How long? Kim asked. 3 days, maybe 4. Kim looked around his bridge. His crew was listening to every word. He could see the same thought in all their eyes. In 3 days, there might be no one left to save at Valen. Admiral, Kim said slowly, I'm going to disobey Fleet Command. Admiral Lee's eyes went wide. Kim, you can't. 1 ship against 50. It's suicide. Kim stood up from his chair. Maybe. But humans don't leave other humans behind. That's not who we are. He turned to his crew. Park So-min, I want full power to the engines. Choi Dong-min, start planning attack strategies. I don't care if they have better technology. We have something they don't. What's that, Captain? Choi asked. Kim smiled, but it was not a happy smile. It was the smile of a man going to war. We're human, Kim said, and humans fight differently than anyone else in the galaxy. The Iron Phoenix changed course, heading toward Valen at full speed. In the captain's chair, Kim Tae-woo prepared his ship and crew for a battle that would change everything. 2 days later, the Iron Phoenix reached the edge of the Valen system. Kim Tae-woo stood on his bridge looking at the screens that showed what lay ahead. What he saw made his stomach feel sick. 50 alien ships floated in space like giant metal fish. Each one was twice the size of the Iron Phoenix. Their hulls were dark purple and covered with strange glowing lines. Kim had never seen ships like these before. They looked like they were grown instead of built. Captain, said Dr. Yoon Hae-jin, the ship's xenobiologist. She was 41 years old and knew more about alien life than anyone else on the ship. I'm picking up their communication signals. They're talking to each other. Can you understand what they're saying? Kim asked. Dr. Yoon worked at her computer for several minutes. Some of it. Their language is complex, but I think I'm getting the basic ideas. They call themselves the Corvani Empire. They seem very confident about this battle. Kim nodded. What else? They think we're going to run away, Dr. Yoon said. Their leader, someone called Fleet Commander Zethmore, is telling his ships to prepare for another easy victory. Choi Dong-min looked up from his tactical station. Captain, I've been studying their formation. They're arranged like they expect us to attack from the front, then retreat when we see how strong they are. Have they fought other alien species before? Kim asked. Dr. Yoon listened to more communications. Yes, many times. 17 different star systems. Each time the other species tried to fight, saw they were outmatched, and either surrendered or ran away. Kim felt something cold in his chest. These aliens had conquered 17 star systems. They had destroyed entire civilizations, and now they were here, taking humans as prisoners. Captain, Park So-min called from her station. We're receiving a communication from the alien fleet. They want to talk. Put it on screen, Kim said. The main screen flickered and an alien face appeared. Kim tried not to show any surprise, but the creature was unlike anything he had ever seen. It had gray skin that looked like stone, 4 yellow eyes, and a mouth full of sharp teeth. When it spoke, its voice sounded like rocks grinding together. Human vessel, the alien said in broken human language. I am Fleet Commander Zethmore of the Corvani Empire. You will surrender immediately. Kim stepped forward. This is Captain Kim Tae-woo of the Terran Federation battleship Iron Phoenix. You are attacking human colonies. Leave the system now? Zethmore made a sound that might have been laughing. Human, you have 1 ship. We have 50. Your weapons are primitive. Your technology is weak. Surrender now and we will kill you quickly. Fight us and we will make you suffer before you die. Kim looked at the alien for a long moment. You know what your problem is? What? Zethmore asked, seeming confused by the question. You've never fought humans before, Kim said. Then he turned to his crew. Cut communication. The alien's face disappeared from the screen. Captain, Choi Dong-min said, I've finished analyzing their battle formation. They're good, but they fight like a textbook. Very organized, very predictable. They probably win their battles through pure firepower. What about their weaknesses? Kim asked. They don't expect enemies to do crazy things, Choi said. Look at how they're positioned. They assume we'll either run away or attack their strongest point. They're not ready for guerrilla tactics, Park So-min spoke up. Captain, I've been scanning their ships. Their technology is definitely better than ours, but it's also more complex. More things that can break. Kim nodded. Dr. Yoon, are you still listening to their communications? Yes, Captain. They're confused about why we haven't retreated yet. Fleet Commander Zethmore is getting angry. He's ordering 3 ships to move forward and destroy us quickly. Kim smiled. Good. Anger makes people make mistakes. He turned to his crew. All stations, prepare for battle. We're going to show these aliens something new. 3 Corvani ships broke away from the main fleet and moved toward the Iron Phoenix. Each ship was huge, bristling with weapons that glowed with purple energy. They're charging their main guns, Choi reported. Wait for it, Kim said calmly. The alien ships got closer. Kim could see their weapons getting brighter, ready to fire. Now, Kim shouted. All power to engines. Emergency turn to starboard. The Iron Phoenix suddenly spun to the right, moving much faster than the aliens expected. The 3 Corvani ships fired their weapons, but they hit empty space where the human ship had been a second before. Return fire, Kim ordered. The Iron Phoenix fired its main guns. The blue energy beam struck the lead alien ship and its shields flared bright purple. The ship wasn't destroyed, but Kim could see damage along its hull. They can be hurt, Choi said with satisfaction. Dr. Yoon, what are they saying now? Kim asked. Dr. Yoon listened to the alien communications. They're confused. Fleet Commander Zethmore is asking his captains how we moved so fast. They've never seen a ship change direction that quickly. Kim nodded. That's because they build their ships for power, not speed. We build ours to be flexible. He turned to his crew. Prepare for hit-and-run attacks. We're going to make them chase us. For the next hour, the Iron Phoenix darted around the 3 alien ships like a small fish avoiding sharks. The human ship was faster and could turn quicker, but the alien ships were stronger and had better weapons. Kim used every trick he knew. He flew his ship through asteroid fields where the big alien ships couldn't follow easily. He used the gravity of planets to change direction without using engines. He even flew directly at one alien ship, then turned away at the last second, causing the alien captain to panic and crash into an asteroid. Captain, Park So-min reported, one of the alien ships has engine damage. Another one has lost its forward shields. And what about us? Kim asked. Hull damage on decks 7 and 12, but nothing critical. We're still at full fighting capacity. Kim looked at the tactical display. The 3 alien ships were separated now, trying to surround the Iron Phoenix. But they were moving slowly, carefully, like they were afraid of making mistakes. Dr. Yoon, what are the aliens saying about us now? Kim asked. Dr. Yoon had been listening constantly. Her face was pale, but she was smiling. Captain, they're scared. Fleet Commander Zethmore is demanding to know what kind of species fights like this. He's never seen anything like our tactics. Kim felt a warm feeling in his chest. For the first time since the battle started, he thought they might actually have a chance. All ships, came Zethmore's voice over the communication system. Retreat to the main fleet. These humans fight differently than expected. The 3 damaged alien ships slowly moved back toward the main fleet. Kim turned to his crew. That was just the beginning. Now they know we're not going to run away, and they know we can hurt them. Choi Dong-min looked at his captain. Sir, what do we do now? Kim looked at the screen showing the alien fleet. 47 ships were still out there, and they would be ready for human tricks now. Now, Kim said, we show them what happens when you make humans angry. Kim Tae-woo studied the tactical display on his bridge. The alien fleet had changed their formation after the first battle. They were no longer spread out in a line. Instead, they had formed a tight circle like a fortress in space. They're learning, Choi Dong-min said. They won't let us pick off small groups anymore. Good, Kim replied. That means they're scared. Scared enemies make different kinds of mistakes. Park So-min looked up from her station. Captain, I've been scanning the system. There's a large asteroid field about 6 hours away. Some of those rocks are bigger than our ship. Kim's eyes lit up. Plot a course for the asteroid field. Full speed. Sir, Choi said. If we run to the asteroids, they'll just follow us. We'll be trapped, Kim smiled. That's exactly what I want them to think. The Iron Phoenix turned away from the alien fleet and headed toward the asteroid field. Behind them, the Corvani ships began to move, following slowly like hunters tracking wounded prey. Dr. Yoon, what are they saying? Kim asked. Dr. Yoon listened to the alien communications. Fleet Commander Zethmore thinks we're running away. He's telling his ships to follow us and destroy us when we get trapped in the asteroids. Perfect, Kim said. 6 hours later, the Iron Phoenix entered the asteroid field. The space around them filled with floating rocks, some as small as cars, others as big as mountains. The asteroid spun slowly through space, bumping into each other with sounds that echoed through the ship's hull. This is beautiful, said Han Bayol, the ship's gunnery chief. She had joined Kim on the bridge to help plan their attack. Han was 35 years old and had grown up mining asteroids before joining the military. She knew these floating rocks better than anyone. Han, Kim said, how well do you know asteroid mining? I spent 15 years blowing up rocks in space, Captain. I know every trick there is. Kim pointed at the tactical display. The alien ships are entering the field now. They're moving slow because they're afraid of hitting the asteroids. Can we use that? Han studied the display for several minutes. Her eyes moved from asteroid to asteroid, calculating distances and angles like a mathematician. Captain, she said finally, I have an idea, but it's crazy. I like crazy, Kim replied. Han pointed at a massive asteroid that was slowly rotating in the center of the field. That rock there is mostly iron and nickel. Very dense, very heavy. If we could push it in the right direction... Push it where? Kim asked, into their formation. A rock that big, moving fast enough, would crush any ship it hits. Choi looked worried. How do we push something that massive? Han grinned. The same way we used to break up asteroids for mining. We drill holes, plant charges, and create a controlled explosion. But instead of breaking the rock apart, we angle the explosion to push it like a rocket. Kim felt excitement building in his chest. How long would it take? 2 hours to drill and plant the charges. But Captain, we'd have to get very close to that asteroid. If the aliens attack while we're working, let me worry about the aliens, Kim said. Park Somin, take us to that asteroid. Han, get your mining equipment ready. The Iron Phoenix moved deeper into the asteroid field, hiding behind smaller rocks. The alien ships followed, but they moved carefully, afraid of damaging their hulls on the floating stones. Dr. Yoon, are they still confident? Kim asked. Less than before, Dr. Yoon replied. Some of the alien captains are nervous about fighting in the asteroid field. But Fleet Commander Zethmore is pushing them forward. He says humans are weak and cowardly. Kim nodded. Good, let him think that. The Iron Phoenix reached the massive asteroid and attached itself to the rock's surface with magnetic clamps. Han Buell and her team put on spacesuits and went outside to begin their work. While Han's team drilled holes in the asteroid, Wing Commander Lim Jae-sung prepared his fighter pilots for a dangerous mission. Lim was 29 years old and had never lost a pilot under his command. Today that record would be tested. Captain, Lim said over the communication system, my fighters are ready to launch. What are your orders? Kim looked at the tactical display. The alien ships were getting closer, spreading out to surround the asteroid field. Lim, I need you to keep them busy while Han finishes her work. But don't get into a real fight. Just annoy them. Understood, sir. We'll be gnats buzzing around giants. 12 human fighter ships launched from the Iron Phoenix and flew into the asteroid field. They were tiny compared to the alien ships, but they were fast and hard to hit. Lim led his fighters in hit-and-run attacks against the alien fleet. They would dart out from behind an asteroid, fire their weapons at an alien ship, then disappear behind another rock before the aliens could return fire. The alien ships tried to chase the fighters, but their massive size worked against them in the crowded asteroid field. Several alien ships scraped their hulls against rocks, causing damage to their armor. This is like trying to swat flies with a hammer, Dr. Yoon reported, translating the alien communications. The alien captains are getting frustrated. Captain, Han's voice came over the radio. We finished drilling. Planting the charges now. Kim watched the tactical display. The alien ships were getting closer. In 30 minutes, they would be close enough to attack the Iron Phoenix with their main weapons. How much longer, Han? Kim asked. 15 more minutes to finish planting the charges, then 5 minutes to get back inside the ship. Kim did the math in his head. They would finish with 10 minutes to spare. If everything went perfectly, then alarms started ringing on the bridge. Captain, Choi shouted. 3 alien ships are breaking away from the main group. They're coming straight for us. Kim looked at the screen. 3 Corvani ships were moving through the asteroid field much faster than the others, smashing through smaller rocks instead of going around them. They're willing to take damage to get to us, Kim said. Dr. Yoon, what are they saying? Fleet Commander Zethmore is angry that we're hiding. He's ordered those 3 ships to destroy us no matter what it costs. Kim grabbed the communication microphone. Han, how much longer? 10 minutes, Captain. We can't go any faster. Kim looked at the approaching alien ships. They would reach the asteroid in 8 minutes. All fighter squadrons, Kim called. Emergency attack pattern. Stop those 3 ships, Lim's voice came back immediately. Sir, we can't stop ships that big. You don't have to stop them, Kim replied. Just slow them down. The 12 human fighters turned toward the 3 approaching alien ships. It was like watching sparrows attack eagles. The fighters fired everything they had at the alien ship's engines and weapons, trying to cause enough damage to slow them down. 2 fighters were destroyed by alien weapons, but their sacrifice worked. The 3 alien ships were damaged and had to slow down to avoid crashing into asteroids. "Han," Kim called. "Now would be good." 30 more seconds, Han replied. Kim watched the tactical display. The alien ships were almost close enough to fire their main weapons at the Iron Phoenix. "Everyone back inside now," Han ordered her team. The mining crew ran for the airlocks. Han was the last one to enter the ship, and she was still putting on her helmet when she reached the bridge. "Charges are set, Captain. Ready to detonate on your order." Kim looked at the massive asteroid. If this worked, it would be the greatest military trick in human history. If it failed, they would all die in the next few minutes. "All stations prepare for acceleration," Kim announced. "Detonate charges in 3, 2, 1 now." The explosion lit up space like a second sun. The massive asteroid began moving like a mountain thrown by a giant. Hanbiol's explosion had worked perfectly, pushing the huge rock directly toward the center of the alien fleet. The asteroid spun as it flew, looking like a planet that had broken free from its orbit. "Impact in 4 minutes, Choi Dong-min reported, watching his tactical display with amazement. Kim Tae-woo felt proud of his crew, but he knew the battle was far from over. "All ships get ready to attack. When that asteroid hits their formation, they'll be confused and scattered." The Iron Phoenix detached from the asteroid and moved to a safe distance. Around them, the alien ships were beginning to panic. Their perfect formation was breaking apart as ships tried to avoid the massive rock flying toward them. "Dr. Yoon, what are they saying?" Kim asked. Dr. Yoon listened to the alien communications and her face went pale. "Captain, they're not just talking about the battle anymore." "I'm picking up communications from the planet's surface." Kim felt ice in his stomach. "What kind of communications?" "They have humans down there, Captain. Live humans. And they're—" Dr. Yoon stopped talking and put her hand over her mouth. "Tell me," Kim said quietly. "They're experimenting on them," Dr. Yoon whispered. "The aliens are studying human biology by cutting people open while they're still alive." The bridge became completely silent. Every person there could hear their own heartbeat. Kim felt something change inside his chest, something hot and dangerous. "Put me on ship-wide communication," Kim said. His voice was very calm, which made it sound even more frightening. "Ship-wide communication open, Captain," Park So-min said. Kim picked up the microphone. When he spoke, every person on the Iron Phoenix could hear him. "Crew of the Iron Phoenix," Kim said slowly. "I have just learned that the aliens below us are torturing human prisoners. They are cutting apart our people to study how we work. Men, women, and children from the Valen colonies are suffering right now while these aliens treat them like laboratory animals." Kim paused for a moment. Around the ship, 2,000 people listened. "I want you all to understand something," Kim continued. "We are no longer fighting just to survive. We are no longer fighting just to protect a colony. We are fighting for every human who has ever lived and every human who ever will live. We are fighting to show the galaxy that humans do not accept this kind of evil." Kim's voice got harder. "We are going to destroy every alien ship in this system. We are going to rescue every human prisoner. And we are going to make sure that every alien race in the galaxy knows what happens when you hurt humans." Kim put down the microphone and looked around his bridge. Every face he saw showed the same expression, cold, focused anger. "Captain," said Marine Captain Shin Woo-jin over the communication system. Shin was 33 years old and had led Marines in boarding actions against pirates and rebels. "My Marines are ready to board alien ships and rescue prisoners." "Good," Kim replied. "Get your teams ready." The massive asteroid crashed into the alien fleet like a hammer hitting glass. 3 alien ships were completely destroyed, crushed flat by the impact. 5 more ships were badly damaged, spinning out of control with holes torn in their hulls. "Now," Kim shouted. "All weapons, fire at will." The Iron Phoenix charged into the confused alien fleet like a wolf attacking sheep. The human ship's weapons fired constantly, blue energy beams cutting through alien shields and armor. But something was different about this attack. The human crew was no longer just following orders or trying to survive. They were fighting with pure fury, and their anger made them more dangerous than any weapon. Park So-min pushed the ship's engines past their safety limits, making the Iron Phoenix move faster than it was designed to go. Unbiel fired the main gun so quickly that the weapons began to overheat, but she didn't care. Choi Dong-min calculated attack patterns that were crazy and impossible, but somehow they worked. Intelligence Officer Nam Yoon-soo to bridge, came a voice over the communication system. Go ahead, Nam, Kim replied. Captain, I've been scanning the alien ship's computer systems. I found their prisoner records. Nam Yoon-soo was 30 years old and could break into any computer system ever built. Her voice was shaking with anger. They have 3,047 human prisoners spread across 12 ships. The records show experiments going back 6 months. Kim felt the anger in his chest grow even hotter. Which ships? I'm sending the data to your tactical display now. Kim looked at his screen and saw 12 alien ships marked in red. Those ships held human prisoners who had been suffering for months. Shin Woo-jin, Kim called. Change of plans. We're going to board those 12 ships. Sir, Shin replied. Boarding operations against ships that size, it's almost impossible. Then we'll do the impossible, Kim said, because that's what humans do. The Iron Phoenix attacked the first prisoner ship like a missile. Instead of trying to destroy it, the human ship rammed into the alien vessel's docking bay, tearing through the metal doors. Shin Woo-jin led 60 Marines through the hole into the alien ship. The Marines wore heavy armor and carried weapons designed for close combat. They moved through the alien ship like a storm of metal and fire. The aliens inside the ship had never seen humans fight up close. Human Marines were smaller than Corvani warriors, but they fought with a fury that terrified the aliens. When humans got angry, they stopped thinking about their own safety and focused only on destroying their enemies. Prisoners located on Deck 5, Shin reported over the radio. Medical teams needed immediately. Dr. Kang Yoo-jin and her medical team followed the Marines into the alien ship. Dr. Kang was 38 years old and had seen many terrible things in her career, but what she found on the alien ship made her cry. Captain, Dr. Kang's voice came over the radio, full of pain and anger. The things they've done to these people. Some of them can be saved, but others, save who you can, Kim replied, and make sure every prisoner knows that help has come. The boarding operation took 2 hours. When it was finished, 317 human prisoners had been rescued from the first alien ship, but 89 others had died from their injuries before the medical team could help them. Shin Woo-jin's voice came over the radio again. Captain, we found something else. The aliens have detailed plans for attacking other human colonies. Dozens of them. Kim looked at the tactical display. There were still 38 alien ships left, and 11 of them still held human prisoners. All stations, Kim announced. We have 11 more ships to board and 38 ships to destroy. And now we know they're planning to attack more human worlds. Kim stood up from his captain's chair. Around him, his crew worked with the focused intensity of people who had found their true purpose. Dr. Yoon, Kim said, send a message to Fleet Commander Zethmore. What should I tell him, Captain? Kim smiled, but it was not a pleasant smile. Tell him that he has made the biggest mistake in galactic history. Tell him that he has shown humans what kind of species the Corvani really are. And tell him that humans have very long memories. The Iron Phoenix turned toward the next prisoner ship, and Kim Tae-woo prepared to show the galaxy what happened when humans truly got angry. The battle had been raging for 18 hours. The Iron Phoenix moved through space like a ship possessed by demons, attacking alien vessels with a fury that defied all military logic. Kim Tae-woo stood on his bridge, his uniform torn and his face covered with sweat and smoke, but his eyes burned with determination. Status report, Kim called. Choi Dong-min looked at his tactical display. We've destroyed 22 alien ships and rescued prisoners from 9 vessels. We still have 16 ships left to fight, including their command ship. Park So-min wiped blood from a cut on her forehead. Hull damage on multiple decks, but all major systems are still working. The engines are running at 127% of safe capacity, but they're holding together. Kim nodded. His ship had taken a beating, but it was still fighting. More importantly, his crew was still fighting. They had gone beyond exhaustion, beyond fear, beyond normal human limits. They were running on pure determination now. Dr. Kang, how are the rescued prisoners? Kim asked. Dr. Kang Yoo-jin's voice came over the communication system from the medical bay. We've saved 2,341 people so far, Captain. Some will need months of treatment, but they'll live. The others, her voice broke. The others died before we could reach them. Kim felt the familiar fire in his chest. Every human death was a debt that needed to be paid. Captain, Dr. Yoon called from her station. I'm intercepting communications from other alien fleets in the galaxy. Word of this battle is spreading. What are they saying? Kim asked. Dr. Yoon listened for several minutes. They're afraid, Captain. The Corvani sent messages to other alien races, warning them about human battle tactics. Some alien governments are ordering their fleets to avoid human space entirely. Kim allowed himself a small smile. Good. Fear would keep other aliens from attacking human colonies. Captain, Nam Yoon-soo's voice came urgently over the radio. I've cracked the alien command ship's computer system. You need to hear this. Go ahead, Nam. The Corvani weren't just experimenting on human prisoners for scientific research. They were trying to figure out what makes humans fight so hard. They wanted to copy human aggression and use it in their own soldiers. Kim felt cold. Did they succeed? No, sir. According to their files, they couldn't understand human psychology. The concept of fighting harder when outnumbered makes no sense to them. They can't replicate something they can't understand. Shin Woo-jin's voice joined the conversation from the marine deck. Captain, my teams have finished rescuing prisoners from the last ship. That's all of them. Every human who was still alive has been saved. Kim looked at the tactical display. Only the alien command ship remained, a massive vessel 3 times the size of the Iron Phoenix. Fleet Commander Zethmore was still aboard, probably trying to figure out how one human ship had destroyed his entire fleet. All stations, Kim announced. Prepare for final attack. Target the alien command ship. Captain, Choi said quietly. That ship is heavily armed and armored. Even damaged, it's still more powerful than us. Kim walked to the front of his bridge and looked out at the alien command ship through the main window. Choi, let me ask you something. Do you think that alien commander understands what he's facing? Choi thought for a moment. No, sir. I don't think he does. Then we have the advantage, Kim said, because we understand exactly what we're fighting for. The Iron Phoenix accelerated toward the alien command ship. As it got closer, the alien vessel fired its main weapons. Purple energy beams struck the human ship, causing explosions along its hull. Hull breach on Deck 12, Park So-min reported. Emergency bulkheads are holding. Kim ignored the damage reports. Return fire. All weapons. The Iron Phoenix's guns fired continuously, blue energy beams striking the alien ship's shields. The shields flared and sparked, but they held. Their shields are too strong, Choi said. We can't break through. Kim studied the alien ship for several seconds. It was built like a fortress designed to overpower enemies through sheer strength. But Kim had learned something important during this battle. Strength alone was not enough. Park So-min, Kim said. I need you to do something crazy. How crazy, Captain? I want you to overload our main engines and ram that ship. Park So-min stared at him. Captain, that will destroy both ships. We'll all die. Kim smiled. No, we won't, because you're going to eject us in escape pods at the last second. Sir, Choi said, even if we survive the ramming, we'll be floating in space with no weapons. How does that help us win? Kim pointed at the alien command ship. Look at that ship, Choi. It's built to fight other ships, not to defend against boarding parties. Once our ship rams into theirs, Shin and his Marines can board through the hole we make. Shin Woo-jin's voice came over the communication system. Captain, my Marines are ready. But can you get us close enough? Leave that to me, Kim replied. The Iron Phoenix turned directly toward the alien command ship and accelerated to maximum speed. The alien ship fired everything it had, but Kim flew his ship in an unpredictable pattern that made it hard to hit. Distance to target, 1,000 meters, Park So-min reported. All hands, abandon ship, Kim announced. Repeat, all hands abandon ship. Emergency evacuation procedures now. Throughout the Iron Phoenix, crew members ran to escape pods. The ship continued flying toward the alien vessel on automatic pilot while its crew escaped. 500 meters, Park So-min called. Kim, Park So-min and Choi ran toward the escape pods. Behind them, the bridge filled with smoke and sparks. 200 meters. They reached the escape pod and strapped themselves in. Through the small window, Kim could see the alien command ship getting larger and larger. 50 meters. Kim pushed the launch button. The escape pod shot away from the Iron Phoenix just as the human battleship crashed into the alien command ship. The collision was like a star being born, light and fire and metal flying in all directions. When the explosion ended, Kim looked out the escape pod window. The Iron Phoenix was gone, but it had torn a massive hole in the side of the alien command ship. The alien vessel was spinning slowly, its engines dead, its weapons silent. All Marine units, Shin Woo-jin called over the radio. Board the alien ship through the breach. Find Fleet Commander Zethmore. Shin's Marines flew through space using jetpacks, entering the alien ship through the hole made by the Iron Phoenix. Inside the ship they found chaos. Alien crew members were trying to repair damage and restore power. The Marines fought their way through the ship's corridors, moving toward the bridge where Fleet Commander Zethmore would be. The aliens tried to stop them, but they were not prepared for human close combat tactics. Bridge located, Shin reported. Moving in now. Shin and 6 Marines entered the alien bridge. Fleet Commander Zethmore stood in the center, his 4 yellow eyes staring at the humans with something Kim had never seen in them before. Fear. Human warriors, Zethmore said in broken human language. You have destroyed my fleet. You have saved your people. The battle is over. What more do you want? Shin pointed his weapon at the alien commander. We want you to send a message to every alien race in the galaxy. What message? Zethmore asked. Kim's voice came over the radio from the escape pod. Tell them that humans protect their own. Tell them that any alien who hurts humans will face the same fate as your fleet. And tell them that humans have very long memories. Zethmore looked around his ruined bridge. His proud fleet was destroyed. His advanced technology had been defeated by one human ship with a crew that refused to give up. I will send your message, Zethmore said quietly. 6 months later, Captain Kim Tae-woo stood on the bridge of a new ship, the Iron Phoenix II. The Valen system had become the strongest human military base outside of Earth. The rescued colonists had rebuilt their cities. But now those cities were protected by the most powerful defense fleet humanity had ever assembled. Kim looked at a message on his communication screen. It was from an alien ambassador, requesting permission to visit human space for peaceful negotiations. Captain, Park So-min called from her station, we're receiving similar messages from 12 different alien governments. They all want to establish diplomatic relations with humanity. Kim smiled. The battle at Valen had changed everything. Humanity was no longer just another small species trying to survive in a dangerous galaxy. They were now a power that other races respected and feared. Dr. Yoon, Kim said, send responses to all the alien ambassadors. Tell them that humanity is willing to talk, but make sure they understand our rules. What rules, Captain? Dr. Yoon asked. Kim looked out at the stars, thinking about all the humans who had died at Valen, and all the humans who were now safe because of their sacrifice. Tell them that humans value peace, but we value justice more. Tell them that we will be their friends if they treat us with respect. But also tell them that if they ever attack human civilians again, they will face the full fury of humanity. Kim turned to his crew. And make sure they know that what happened here was just one human ship. Imagine what an entire human fleet could do. The message was sent across the galaxy, and everywhere it was received, alien leaders made the same decision. The humans were too dangerous to fight, but potentially too valuable to ignore as allies. In the years that followed, the Battle of Valen became a legend told throughout the galaxy. It was the story of how humanity announced itself to the universe.